Okay, yeah.
Here we go. ¿Qué tal, comunidad? Aquí es su abogado Ray Ibarra Maldonado. Como siempre, un gusto. Hoy es jueves. Como siempre, tenemos personas aquí en nuestro show que son increíbles. Hoy no es una excepción. Tenemos con nosotros Leslie Pico, que tiene una historia grande en trabajar por ayudar a la comunidad y también trabajaba mucho en la tecnología. Y ha apoyado a muchas personas en ese aspecto también. También corrió para ser candidato. Ahorita está organizando. Leslie, thanks so much for taking the time and joining us here. Really appreciate you
Absolutely.
making the time for us. If you could just start give folks a little bit of background about who Leslie is, please.
Yeah, I kind of came into the politics scene unannounced. My prior background was in technology. I worked heavily in blockchain. My whole motivation behind that was really democratizing access to the market by individuals who have not been able to participate in the global economy to date. But my motives and my attitude shifted as I became very involved in local politics, and that's what prompted me to run for Secretary of State. I wanted to address cybersecurity as a public safety issue. Now with this crisis that has come upon us, I have shifted my gears to helping advocate on behalf of individuals who are experiencing difficulties paying rent and rent strike organizing, as well as mutual aid organizing.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome that you're using these skills and the technology skills that you've developed over the years to continue to serve the community. You're also working on masks as well, too, right? Can you tell us a little bit
I
about that?
am. I am. I've actually sewn 150 so far on my own, calculated that it comes out to about 44 cents a piece. And I'm really trying to serve those who are classified essential workers, help keep themselves protected on the job. And I'm also helping those who are Black, Indigenous, or person of color, those in poor communities who cannot access a mask readily, providing them free of charge. I'm also organizing and looking for other seamstresses or individuals who would like to help. And so to meet the demand, because it truly is here in our community.
That's amazing, and this is exactly what we want to highlight. Is people here in the 602 who are doing amazing things to give back to the community, and specifically looking for, I want to serve that same community that I come from, and asking others to get involved in that mutual aid too. So people can get a hold of you if they want to help out and be a part of that, right?
They can reach me on IG at Pico for the People. I know it's on a couple of your social media posts for this talk. So they can definitely reach out through direct message there. And I do want to talk a bit more about that mutual aid. You nailed it. I believe that community is a verb, and the action behind that is this mutual aid. It's not charity, but it's solidarity, and it's our means to survival. Creo que la comunidad es un verbo y la acción detrás de ella es la ayuda mutua. La ayuda mutua no es caridad, es solidaridad. Y la ayuda mutua se centra en la idea que todos deberíamos compartir unos con otros recíprocamente y que podemos ayudarnos a satisfacer las necesidades de los demás de forma autodirigida desde la base en lugar de depender exclusivamente de soluciones gubernamentales que nos están fallando, o porque desde arriba hasta esperar hasta abajo, que vienen demasiado lentamente, fallan de ofrecer un apoyo adecuado a nuestras comunidades. So, la ayuda mutua es la supervivencia basada en la solidaridad. And it serves as a central network, really, to connect with each other, especially in this time of disconnection. We cannot be physically close to one another. So we do have to come up with more creative and innovative ways to connect. And that itself is a burden, on top of all the other ways that our families and communities have been impacted. But practical ways to apply this easily and quickly would be just to look at your own abilities. It's not necessarily either financial. So like I mentioned, the sewing is one way that you could be helping. Even trying to show up is showing up. If you're a good organizer, I tell people, you be the one to take charge, take lead, create that WhatsApp, that social media platform, and flyer your community and ask them to join. Very simple, black and white flyers. They can even be handwritten. Create a community cash fund for those in need of cash assistance. I know you're firm is doing is amazing. We can definitely touch on that. But you can use these communication tools, these technology tools to really agitate your network and bring everybody together. So las formas prácticas de aplicar esto es observar tus habilidades y luego pasar a la acción. Si eres un buen organizador, crea un grupo de WhatsApp o de redes sociales y envía a tu comunidad para que se unan. Comienza un fondo comunitario para quienes necesitan asistencia en efectivo. Todas esas cosas, maneras que pueden ayudar a unos a otros.
No, Leslie, exactamente lo que usted está hablando es tocando mi corazón directamente. La ayuda mutual, mutual aid. Yo he platicado antes sobre mis abuelos, estaba parte de un grupo que se llamaba, o todavía se llama, Sociedad Mutualista de los Obreros Mexicanos en Douglas, Arizona. Ellos formaron un grupo para apoyar ellos mismos, porque el gobierno no estaba haciendo nada, la compañía, el Phelps Dodge y las otras compañías ahí no estaban haciendo nada por los trabajadores mexicanos. Ellos formaron ese grupo y tienen la palabra ahí, Obreros Mexicanos, Sociedad Mutual, el que estamos hablando hoy mismo, y tocando el tema de usamos los recursos que tenemos. Y gracias por mencionar, sí, anunciamos que estamos dando 10,000 a la comunidad indocumentado aquí en Phoenix, Arizona, 200 cada día, de lunes a viernes por las siguientes 5 semanas, más 1,000 cada jueves a una familia que necesita. Y es nuestra manera de decir gracias a la comunidad, pero la misma cosa que usted está haciendo, no necesita dinero. Si no tiene dinero pero sabe coser, es algo que puedo juntar aquí con Leslie, poner de acuerdo, y también lo está dando las máscaras a gente de personas de color, personas que no tienen recursos para comprar su propio máscara. Es algo increíble. And Leslie, so in what other ways can you think of during this time of the stay-at-home orders, the coronavirus, that folks can engage in this mutual aid and give back?
Yeah, que active su red. Muchos de nosotros tenemos seguidores. Aquí como usted está usando tu plataforma para hablar con la gente, nosotros todos tenemos seguidores que pueden ayudar y que pueden ayudar en tantas maneras. Hay unos que pueden ir a llevar los alimentos a personas de mayor edad a su casa, pueden organizar las huelgas de la renta, porque ahorita muchos en la comunidad no pueden pagar. Y el objetivo final de estas acciones es de redistribuir los recursos que tienen, que están más allá de lo que necesita. Y puede ser más pequeño, de que nomás puedes dar $1 todos no son no que son pequeñas cosas, pero sí puedes cocinar para la comunidad. Organiza un grupo para que puedan hacer los alimentos para las personas mayores de edad en la comunidad. Cosas así.
Love it. No, those are some great ideas. And can you touch a little bit more on the rent strikes and the work going on around that?
Yeah, so another issue I'm heavily advocating or trying to educate individuals on is the rent freeze. A lot of unions nationwide have put out documents around organizing, the objectives, the correct way to do it, the risks involved, how to create that mutual respect and trust that's needed for this organizing to be successful. Right now, Arizona, what they have provided is insufficient. It's only a moratorium for 3 months, which is essentially just a 3-month delay on evictions. We are now putting these individuals who already have been impacted and lost their jobs with 3 months worth of debt that has to be paid back within 12 months.
Wow.
It's inadequate. I think we have to recognize that stable housing is crucial to this physical distancing. Stable housing is crucial to us eradicating this pandemic, this COVID-19. We're seeing behaviors, and I have proof letters of tenants that they've sent me from their landlords, exploiting this situation, forcing them into agreements forcing them to pledge parts or whole of their stimulus checks as
Oh
soon
my
as
God,
they
you're kidding
receive
me.
them. Yes,
Wow.
one complex here, the Wexler on 7th Street, sent on red flyers to every single one of their tenants. Great news. Your stimulus check should be in your bank. Please do not forget to pay and then they put the total rent amount there for that person. And all of these things are meant to confuse people who are already concerned, worried about 100 other things, cannot pay so many other bills. We're also seeing landlords asking for proof of, low bank accounts, that they really truly don't have the money, or medical records. And that is also, they cannot ask for those records. While you do have to prove or communicate to your landlord that you have been impacted in order to qualify for the moratorium, there's no deadline. We are seeing some landlords express as though, oh, you didn't tell us by this date, so you're no longer protected, which is incorrect and violates essentially the governor's order.
Right.
There is a tenants union here in Arizona. You could research and join. I do have quite a few of the documents that unions have put together that I can help distribute, but I've been helping individuals just understand the process of how to organize within their complexes. Those who are in single family homes, how to find out through the assessor's office how many other properties their landlord owns, mail those individuals a letter, organize that way.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things. La vivienda estable es crucial para el distanciamiento social. Ha habido casos en que los propios propietarios están explotando a los inquilinos al forzar acuerdos que incluyen prometer una cantidad específica, sino todo a sus controles de estímulo. Los inquilinos no tienen que firmar ningún plan de pago, aunque le piden eso. No están obligados a dar fondos de ayuda a su arrendador. Pero we do need to organize to be able to protect ourselves as a whole. And right now is the time. A third of Americans did not pay their rent in April. Those who did are left with no jobs and no way to pay their rent in May. We see what's happening in Congress. We see the inaction that our mayor and our governor has taken to help the people in this time. Outside of a moratorium, it seems that they've just washed their hands of this.
Right.
We're seeing action in California where not only do they have the funds for those who are undocumented and impacted, but they have changed structures. Now you can use your food nutritional assistance card to order food online. Why don't we have that access yet here in Arizona? Why are we seeing this happen successfully in other cities, helping their people? We're not seeing that here. When it comes to striking, though, I highly recommend people to figure out a way to connect with anybody who's in your complex. Offer help. Begin by opening, conversations on, I live here in this apartment, I'm struggling. If you're experiencing the same difficulties, let's unite and talk and understand how we can help each other. Because at the end of the day, truly our survival is based on our solidarity with one another.
And Leslie, we have a question here. Marilu asks, is there a web page we can find all this info about renting a single family home and landlord not helping?
Yeah, there are quite a few. If people want to reach out to me again on the Instagram direct message at Pico for the People, I can direct you to all the resources that I've been able to find and curate specific to Arizona. There is a lot online that you'll find now that is applicable to other cities and states, but this is just another forum too of mutual aid. The ayuda mutua is to come together with all this information and figure out maybe somebody in your community, this is also their strong point, to be able to sit down and combine and curate and compile these resources, keep things up to date for your neighbor, and just care for one another as if that is your mother, that is your son, that is your daughter, no matter if they are a stranger. We must care for each other.
Amen. Amen. And we got another comment here. Very nice to see someone speaking up for many that can't and speaking out against those horrible individuals willing to exploit people who are put into horrible situations through no fault of their own. And that's my dad saying that, so my dad gives you a thumbs up as well. So appreciate Leslie. But I mean, it's just crazy to me to think that we have to be doing this kind of organizing in 2020. Where is the leadership? Where have we been building that foundation for so long to get people of color, progressive people elected, and think, okay, when that happens, then everything's going to be better. I mean, and we've done that. We've got some great people in office, but it still hasn't changed structurally, right? The forces that we're fighting against, and we continue to have to organize from the ground up and to demand these changes. And I applaud you for making that effort in the area of renters' rights. As an attorney, it pains me to say, when someone calls me and says they have an issue with their landlord, there's very few resources and places. I can send them to the tenants union or community legal services, but outside of that, there's just not. Do you know of one legal organization that's dedicated just to helping out tenants?
No, so that's where I say the power is within us. We're not helpless. We're not powerless. We have been taught that agencies and organizations and state structures will be those who help us. And if they're not available, we're not helpless. We can come together and build a stronger union. It's just a matter of us coming together really and uniting. Right now, no, there is no single legal fund. What is encouraged when you do organize either your complex or other individuals that are owned by the same landlord is to create that community fund so that you have a fund saved up to inevitably address those evictions or legal issues that are going to arise because the state has failed to do anything more than a moratorium. That's just what we are facing, and this is how we need to attack it. We cannot wait. I say that the revolution will not be ushered in by one person or even one group of people. And this should actually be relieving to us because it means that we don't have to do this alone. Mm-hmm. But it still means that we are responsible for disconnecting across this disconnect and educating one another. And I guess I could close by saying this one question that I challenge people to consider is, if not me, then who? And if not now, then when? So yes. La revolución no será iniciada por una persona o incluso un grupo de personas, pero esto es realmente un alivio al saber que usted sola, no es responsable de traer una nueva forma de ser. También es una responsabilidad. Debemos conectarnos a través de la distancia y la desconexión para educarnos y aprender unos de otros. Te reto a que te preguntes si no soy yo quién, y si no ahora, entonces ¿cuándo?
Esas son las palabras, comunidad, de Leslie Pico. Está empujando a todos nosotros de nada más quejar y decir, como yo a veces tengo la culpa de decir, el gobierno no está haciendo eso, el gobierno no está haciendo, y yo sí voy a seguir diciendo eso. Pero a la misma vez tenemos que escuchar personas como Leslie que está diciendo, ok, si el gobierno no va a hacerlo, nosotros propios mismos tenemos el poder, unimos si se puede, y vamos a ganar en contra de todas las injusticias que estamos pasando hoy si podemos unir. So, comunidad, si usted sabe coser y no sabe cómo donar su talento, puede comunicar con Leslie en Pico for the People en Instagram, ¿verdad? También, a la misma vez, si usted quiere participar en los rent strikes, en no pagar la renta y tener recursos para que pueda ser más educado sobre eso, también conecte con ella. Leslie, thank you so much for joining us. Any final word that you want to give out to the community?
That to believe in yourself and even trying to show up is showing up. And don't feel overwhelmed. Just look at what you have and what you can offer. And that's enough, because cumulatively, together as a whole, it's so much power.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Leslie. Really appreciate your time. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.